Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan, and I teach IELTS here. Once again, I welcome you to my IELTS video. This is academic reading section 3, and in section 3 the type of questions which we are going to cover today, that is matching. Now we've got to match the statements with the names of experts or names of scientists. So this is what we are going to start. In this type of questions, I'm going to tell you how to read the passage, how to locate the answers, and then how to find the right answer. So don't worry at all. No hollow tips. Just we are going to solve the test together. Now we go to the book and there we start solving the test. Let's go, and with magic hands we solve the test. Let's take a start. Okay, now we are going to do the last questions from 35 to 40. Questions 35 to 40, look at the following statements and the list of people. We've got list of people below. Match each statement with the correct person. Okay, now these are the statements and here we have list of people A, B, C, D, E. Now let me tell you one thing. If there is a list of people in the passage, first you need to underline these people. A is Jean, August, Dominic, Ingres. It's one person, okay. B is Francis Way. C is this. So first you need to see where these names are, and then afterwards you can just read the statements. Test tip is, if there are more statements than names, you will have to use one of the names twice as well. Now I come back to the passage. And here I need to see, yes, you can see it clearly, August, Dominic, Ingres, right? August, Dominic, Ingres is written here. Yeah. And then we've got to see where is Francis. Okay, yeah, this is Francis. Lacan and Francis. Yeah, but they only talk about Francis Way. So we can do this Francis, it's B. B is mentioned here, Francis Way. Then we got to see Charles. Okay, Charles is not here. Yeah, Way is again here. So there is another statement of Way, that is B, Francis Way. Let's find Charles. This one. This is Charles. First you need to scan. Okay, so Charles is C. Then we are having Eugene. Okay, Charles is going, and this is Baldry. Baldry is there. Yeah, Charles Baldry. C. C is again here. And then we are looking for Eugene. Okay, yeah, here is Eugene. Delacroix, whatever. Okay, so that is D. D is here. Then we are left with Phillip. Let's see where is Phillip. This is again the same. Eugene. Phillip. Okay, this is Phillip. Yeah, I found Phillip, and Phillip is E. So these are the locations where there are the statements, and you have to read, you got to read about them, and then you got to see which statement is where. Now let's take a start. First of all, we found this. So we can do it like this. The view that photographs might be worthwhile to artists was enunciated in considerable detail by Lacan and Francis. Now be alert, what did he say? The letter means Francis actually. The letter, an art and literary critic who eventually recognized that camera images could be inspired as well as informative, suggested that they would lead to greater naturalness in the graphic description of anatomy, clothing, likeness, expression, and landscape. That's what he said. Francis said about that. By studying photographs, true artists and all that, okay, he claimed would be relieved to menial tasks and become free to devote themselves to the more important spiritual aspects of their work. That's what he said. Now let's go back and we see which option is going to be appropriate for that. He claimed that photography would make paintings more realistic. Why not? He claimed that photography would make paintings more realistic. If you come back and we see here, the later art literary critic who eventually recognized the camera images could be inspired as well as informative suggests that they would lead to greater naturalness in the graphic depiction of anatomy, clothing, likeness, expression and landscape. By studying photographs, true artists, he claimed, would be relieved of menial tasks and become free to devote themselves to the more important spiritual aspects of their work. And that's what they say. He claimed that photography would make painting more realistic. So 35. Who said that? Actually, that is Francis Way. So the answer is going to be B for 35. You can see that it's Francis Way. Okay, now let's just go on. We are done with one person. Now we've got Auguste Dominic Ingres. Now let's read about him and then we see what did he say. Auguste Dominic Ingres began almost immediately. He began almost immediately to use photography to make a record of their own output. So he made a record of their own output and also to provide themselves with source material for poses and backgrounds. Okay, he used photography to make record for poses and backgrounds, vigorously denying at the same time its influence on their vision or claimed art. Now we got to see if there is any statement which says this thing. Let's go back here. All right. He highlighted the limitation and deceptions of the camera. No. He documented, yes, why not? Documented and recorded his production of artwork by photography in his works. Let's see. Ingres began almost immediately to use photography to make a record of their own output and also to provide themselves with source material for poses and backgrounds. What is the statement? The statement is he documented his production of artwork by photographing his work. Now who did that? That was done by Auguste Dominic Ingres. So Auguste Dominic Ingres, where is that? Yeah, Auguste Dominic Ingres, that is A. For question number 37, the answer is A. Is that clear? All right, now let's go on and we see if there is any other scientist, if any other name over here. Well, yeah, let's go on. We got some names here. We've got Way once again. Here they mention Way left unstand what is incompetent artist and all that. Now let's see if there is any statement of Charles. Okay, that's what we got to see. Charles writing in response to an exhibition of photography. Okay, that's right. In 1859, lazy and untalented painters would become photographers. Now Charles said lazy and untalented painters would become photographers, fired by a belief in art as an imaginative and embodiment of cultivated ideas and dreams. Baudelaire regarded photography as a very humble servant of art and science. So he regarded photography as a humble servant of art and science, a medium largely unable to transcend external reality. For this critic, photography was linked with the great industrial madness, okay, of the time, which in his eyes exercised disastrous consequences on the spiritual qualities of life and art. Now that's what Charles Baudelaire said. Now let's see if there is anything about him. Okay, we are done with this, and this is, he highlighted the limitations of deception of the camera. No. He noted the potential for photography to enrich artistic talent. No. He based some of the scenes in his paintings on photographs. No. He felt photography was part of the trend towards greater mechanization. Why not? I tell you why and how. If you read from here, lazy and untalented painters would become Photographers fired by belief. Art is an imaginative embodiment of cultivated ideas, dreams. Regarded photography as very humble servant of science. Then he says in the last, for this critic, photography was linked with a great industrial madness of the time, which in his eyes exercised disastrous consequences on the spiritual qualities of life and art. And what is that? He felt photography was part of the trend towards greater mechanization. Yes, exactly. So that's why for question number 40, the correct answer is C. Okay, now we are done like this. Let's go on after him. We have done this as well. We found 40 here. Now we've got Eugene. Let's see if there is anything by Eugene, right? Eugene Delacroix was the most prominent of the French artists who welcomed photography as helpmate. Okay, he welcomed it as helpmate but recognized its limitations. It was helpmate but recognized its limitations. Regarding that such a wonderful invention had arrived so late in his lifetime, he still took lessons in daguerreotyping and both commissioned and collected photographs. All right. Delacroix's enthusiasm for the medium can be sensed in a journal entry noting that if photographs were used as they should be, an artist might raise himself to highest that we do not know yet. So this is all about him. Now we got to see if there is anything. 35 is taken. 36, he highlighted the limitations and deceptions. No. 37 is done. He noted the potential for photography to enrich artistic talent. Why not? I tell you why. If you read from here, was the most prominent of the French artists who welcomed photography, helpmate, but recognized its limitations. Then regretting that such a wonderful invention came late. Then he said his enthusiasm medium can be sensed in a journal entry noting that if photographs were used as they should be, an artist might raise himself to heights that we do not know yet. So what is that? The statement is he noted the potential for photography to enrich artistic talent. That's why for 38 we've got Eugene. So D is going to be the right answer. Now we are left with 1 and 2 options. Okay, now after Eugene we've got Phillip. Let's read about Phillip. Phillip Gilbert. Okay, Phillip Gilbert Hermerton, to dismiss camera. Okay, that's right. It starts from here. A more stringent viewpoint led critic Phillip Gilbert Hermerton to dismiss camera images as narrow in range, emphatic in assertion, telling one truth for 10 falsehoods. That's how he defined camera images. So these writers reflected the opposition of a section of the cultural elite in England and France and all that stuff. Okay, that's what he says, that dismiss camera images as narrow in range, emphatic in assertion and all that. Let's see if there is anything. He highlighted the limitations. That's right. Now what is the limitation? Limitation is mentioned here. Narrow in range, emphatic in assertion, telling one truth for 10 falsehood. Right? So Phillip Gilbert, he highlighted the limitations and deceptions. Yes, we've got the deception also, one truth and 10 falsehood and all that of the camera. So for question number 36, the correct answer is E, Phillip Gilbert. Alright, now we are left with only 39. That's the one question. He based some of the scenes in his painting on photographs. Okay, now we got to see, we've read about all, but we got to see now if there is any statement of any of these mentioned somewhere else, there we can easily find this answer as well. Okay, let's just take a start. Fine. So we need to see if they mentioned one person twice. He based some of the scenes in his paintings on photograph. Right? Yeah. We read it. He based some of the scenes in his paintings on photographs. He selected the scenes and then he made the photographs. It's here. August Dominic Grace began almost immediately to use photography to make a record of their own output and also to provide themselves with source material for poses and backgrounds. Yeah. Poses and backgrounds, and you can match it quite easily with he based some of the scenes in his paintings on photographs. So poses and backgrounds he took from the photographs and then he made paintings on that. And who did that, by the way? That was August Dominic Grace. So A is going to be the right answer for question number 39. Okay, so it's 35 is B, 36 is E, 38 is A, 37 is A, 38 is D, and 39 is A, and last 40 is C. And if you do IELTS test like this in your reading module, you will get 9 band, and this is a guarantee. But you need to learn all these things if you want to get 9 band. Thank you very much. Welcome back. I hope now you understand about matching. So see that, the words which are given, names of experts, the passage is in that order. So you need to start scanning for the names and then you can easily find those statements and it's gonna be easier for you. If you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. I also run another channel, Asad Yaqub Vlogs. You should subscribe to that channel as well. I also teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, you can contact me for that. My WhatsApp number is there and Asad Yaqub will teach you personally. Okay. Thank you very much. If you want me to make some further videos, please comment on this video and tell me what you expect from me and I will try to come up to your expectations. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.